This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary for today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lessons 291 through lesson 300, each of which relates to the real world as understood in the course. I'll be repeating the same introduction for each of lessons 291 through 300, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and to my further comments are provided in the description below. In the section entitled, What is the Real World?, which precedes these 10 lessons, we are told that, quote, the real world is a symbol, like the rest of what perception offers. Yet it stands for what is opposite to what you made. Your world is seen through eyes of fear and brings the witness of terror to your mind. The real world cannot be perceived except through eyes forgiveness blesses, so they see a world where terror is impossible and witnesses to fear cannot be found, end quote. We are further told that, quote, the real world is the symbol that the dream of sin and guilt is over, and God's Son no longer sleeps, end quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 292, October 19. A happy outcome to all things is sure. The prayer asks, quote, help us not interfere, end quote. That one simple phrase could be a summary of the entire course. The opposite of interfering, the opposite of asserting our desires, is to forgive. Do you really think that you can solve all your problems, and those of the world as well? You cannot. But when you see with the eyes of Christ, we see the real world where no such problems exist. Learning to see beyond, to forgive the world and everyone in it, including yourself, is the central purpose of the course. Help me not interfere. I can only make limited and temporary progress within my own illusion. I prefer to see reality instead. The title of today's lesson is A Happy Outcome to All Things is Sure. The lesson asks, how long will we let an alien will appear to oppose God's? Let's first talk about the, quotes, alien will, and then about how it only appears to oppose God's. The alien will is what we think of as the me. It's your ego. Each of us thinks that we are a separate person with a separate will. These are our desires and perceived needs. It's that big bundle of what you think of as yourself. That which is distinct from all other persons who, incidentally, think the same about themselves. The Course teaches that this is an illusion. I think it's easier to understand what the Course is getting at here if you acknowledge that the illusion truly is our life here on earth. While we are here, the illusion is real enough in that it has effects and consequences in the illusion. So I like to think of what the Course calls the illusion as a relative reality. It's the reality here in the world of separate things and time. Now let's move on to the second half of the question: how long will we permit an alien will to appear to oppose God's? Our small wills are part and parcel of the illusion, the world of people, things, and time. In fact, our small wills are what make the illusion. But our small wills only matter and have effects here in the illusion, not in the eternal reality we seek. If you rise above and beyond the illusion, all that remains is God and his one child, the one self which we all share. Beyond the illusion, there are no small, separate wills. There is only the one. There are no longer any alien wills to oppose the one. There is only the one. So how long will we permit this alien will to appear to oppose God's? The answer is until we grow beyond our egos and remember our real self.